Hey guys, Anthony Leone with RotoHeat. Week 16, championship week. I hope you're still watching my videos. That means you've made it this far. I want to start with, as I always do, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And I also want to start with Tannehill. He's not on my list. He doesn't meet the threshold. I like to target guys under 50% because I hate going through videos and waiver content and they give all this low-hanging fruit, like obviously, right? But Tannehill, hey, if you listen to my other videos, hopefully you picked him up. Looks like he's going to win some championships like I predicted. But who can I talk about that does meet the threshold? Jacoby Brissett has a nice matchup here versus Carolina. He does play tomorrow night. I'm filming this during Sunday Night Football. The prior week, he threw for over 250 yards and a couple of scores, so I do think he's in a good spot here versus Carolina to have a pretty nice game. Fitzpatrick back on my waiver video. He has a great matchup this week against the Bengals, and he had a good game just this past week, over 270 yards passing and a couple of scores. So if you need help at quarterback, those are certainly a couple guys to look for. And then again, as I said, Tannehill, if he's out there still, he's the preferred option. But even still, those other two guys are good for you. Over to running back, here's a tricky situation. Dalvin Cook is down again. He was a quick out. He was ruled out very quickly this past game. Boone came in and had a good game. He had 13 carries for 2 touchdowns. He had 56 yards on the ground. Not bad. Nice couple of scores there. It's kind of tricky, though, because Mattison could be back, and we know he's the preferred option if he's there. You can just tell based on the ownership percentages, he's the guy you would rather have. And it's true, he is the guy you would rather have. If you can get both, if you have Cook and you can get both, hopefully you already had Mattison. Try to grab Boone. It's kind of tricky. You have to see who's going to play or not. If Cook is probably going to be out, whoever plays is going to be the guy to have. So I would try to get both if you can. And then Wes Hills, this is interesting too. This is kind of tricky in itself. Kerryon Johnson could return. He's eligible week 16, but I don't think he's going to play. Even if he does, I don't think he'll be that involved. Hills scored a couple of times on 12 touches, so I think he looked pretty good. And if you're desperate, that's where I would go. Wide receiver, Breshad Perriman had a monster game. Evans is out. Godwin got knocked out. He doesn't look good for this coming week. Perriman had 5 catches over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. So Perriman, I think, is the priority add. If you're looking for a starter this week, I think Perriman is who you want to get. Also, Anthony Miller. I've mentioned his name quite a few times this year. He had a monster game again, 9 catches, 118 yards, and a score. Miller is also someone, if you need someone to start, he's someone you could plug right in next week. Chris Conley had a pretty good game, 4 catches, couple of scores. And then Amendola had 8 catches, over 100 yards receiving. Both of those guys are in situations where, the starting wide receivers are hurt. And so I think if you're in a spot where you are desperate, Conley and Amendola could certainly fill in. So those are a couple of other guys to look for as well in case Perriman and Miller are unobtainable. Tight end, O.J. Howard. Again, Evans is out. Now potentially Godwin's out as well. O.J. Howard's in a spot here with Breshad Perriman to get a lot of those targets. This past week, all things considered, kind of disappointing. Only 4 catches for 46 yards. But I do think, given these extra targets that are going to be up for grabs, he could have a better week going forward here in week 16. And then Jonnu Smith finally coming out of Delaney Walker's shadow here. He had 5 catches for 60 yards. He also had a 57-yard rush. Looked pretty good out there. So both Howard and Jonnu Smith are a couple of tight ends to target going into the championship week here. Defenses, I have a few good ones this week. My favorite defense is Denver. They face the Lions this week at home. And so I think Denver's in a nice spot here at home to beat up the Lions and their third-string quarterback and, Wes Hills and whoever else they have in the backfield there. I like the Atlanta Falcons against Jacksonville this week. I think it's a nice spot as well. And then finally, Indianapolis Colts against Carolina, I think is also a good spot for Indy defense. So Denver, Falcons, Indy are the guys to look for on the defensive side of things. So good luck on waivers. If you've made it this far, I don't think you need a lot of luck. You guys, know what you're doing. Thanks for watching the video. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Good luck on waivers and good luck in the championship. Take care.
Don't forget, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any more fantasy football content from the RotoHeat.com team. Also, right there, playlist. Hit it. Watch the videos. Do it. You want to. Do it.